Tokusatsu, taking the form of many shows including Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, and Metal Heroes. And today, a group of fans come together to review it for you as Toku Secrets.
Hey guys, and welcome to another installment of the Toku Secrets podcast presented by AnimeSecrets.org. I am your host, Nathan Dasa, and I'm also joined by Rizwan and Anthony here. Say hi, guys.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
So, this is so we're kind of going to be doing stuff a little bit differently here now, guys. Our last couple of videos, we've been doing our little Ranot section, randomly assorted news of Tokusatsu, where we talk about the news before we begin the main topic of the podcast. Well, we've decided now, just for the sake of like having more detailed discussions, and and just to maybe trim down the lengths of our videos since they're all incredibly lengthy. We're going to be doing individual videos every week. Maybe not every week. It really depends on if it's a big news week or not. But we're going to be dedicating videos specifically for Tokusatsu news. And in the case of today, we actually have a really big piece of Tokusatsu news that's dropped. Donbrothers, Avataro Sentai Donbrothers, which is the Sentai that's set to start airing not too long from now in 2022. Last time we talked, so there's been a trailer that's been released in character profiles. Last time we spoke about this, we were talking about some of the scans and the early images. Well, now a trailer has officially come out. We got, we're getting bits and pieces of, we're being shown what the theme song is. We're shown what the characters' names are and what their ranger names are. And it's interesting, to say the least.
It's definitely different than what we were expecting. Or at least it was different from what I expected. So I want to start off by saying I expected that at least part of the cast would be non-human. Just based off the original suit designs we'd been seeing floating around the internet, I thought we'd at least have I guess a dog or a cat type thing because of how Indie Brother looks, but apparently they're all human.
Yeah.
Which I think is weird because, the Black Ranger is in a real tiny suit, and
Yeah.
Pink is pretty tall, so that's
there is a precedent for this if you really think about it, because Justin in Turbo, he was pretty tiny. He was a kid, but he grew to full size when he morphed.
Hey, even in Sentai, that was a thing because we had a Kiba Ranger from Die Ranger. So
Yeah. So it's not unheard of. It's not very common. And I think the thing that's even more unique here is that Ini Brother and Kiji Brother are CGI'd. They're not suit actors from what I understand.
Well, that's actually something that we should briefly say. So the names of the characters, we should bring that up really quick.
Yeah, let's do that.
So we have Taro Momoi, who is he is the Red Ranger. His Ranger name is called Don Momotaro. Then we have Haruka Kito, who is Oni's sister, the Yellow Ranger. Shinichi Saruhara, Saru brother, Blue Ranger. Tsubasa Inuzuka, Inu brother, he's the Black Ranger. And Tsuyoshi Kijino, Kiji brother, the Pink Ranger. And wow, we actually have a first now here because we have a male Pink Ranger for the first time. So
Yeah, that's really cool.
if you don't count the all pink change in the Gokaiger versus Gavin movie that the Gokaigers do.
That doesn't really count, dude. That's just a gimmick for the Gokaiser. That's not an
Yeah, just
official
like how
mainstay.
Tokuger, they can switch the different trains so they can switch colors, but that's
Yeah.
also a gimmick. So
Yeah. So I'm not gonna count those as like the first. This right here is the first Sentai Pink Ranger, and that's a male, and also the first Ranger in general, I think. So it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. It's pretty exciting. But I am gonna say that I'm still disappointed that we have not gotten a female Red,
Yeah.
like a full-time female Red. I understand we have one in Sinkenzer, but that's not it's not the same dog.
no,
So
Well, I think now we can officially say that like we've seen all the first with all the like core colors because we also have a female Green Ranger because there was a female Green Ranger in Q Ranger. I think there was also one for like a few episodes in Knee Ninja. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but
Ninja
it
had a
was
movie.
it was a movie for it.
Yeah.
oh, okay. So yeah, all we now need is just a full time red female, and then we'll.
Has there ever been a female Black Ranger?
Female
Surprisingly,
black.
no.
Oh yeah, that's
Even
right.
like the Go-Kart changes, no.
We've never had a female Black Ranger full time. We've had blue, we've had yellow, we've had pink, green, but never black.
Well, we can now hopefully we can hope that that'll be a first soon.
Now, what'll come first, the red or the black? I wonder.
Probably the black.
Probably. They're so I don't know why they're so anti-red female. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I don't.
They're just afraid of because remember it's a male demographic. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
we want to have like not have kids not buy our toys because we have a female Red Ranger with a skirt. No, heaven forbid we do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really sad that Power Rangers actually beat Sentai to the first female Red Ranger because A Squad Red and SPD was female.
Do we count that? Is that a thing that we count?
I count it.
Okay.
But
I never counted that because it wasn't the main thing. It was just like a side reference, you know.
Well, I would say we didn't have our first like main Red Ranger as a female. We'll say that, and because we've had female Red Rangers, but we never had like I guess mainstay like main protagonist as the Red Ranger as female.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. I'll give that. But so those are the names of the 5 Dawn brothers. Now, other things that we should probably mention, we should probably go into the character profiles, but also we should probably mention Zenkai Black as a mainstay in the series, apparently. So the actor Kita Komagen, who played Kaito Gusakita and Kika Sentai Zenkaiser, the current reigning Sentai, will be returning to resume his role as Kaito in a new series, but it's not the Kaito that we know from Zenkaiser. It's an alternate universe one. So I'm a little curious about this because he has the power to turn into Zenkai Black, but previously he was white. So I'm very curious about this. He also owns a coffee shop called Donbro, apparently. Anthony, any thoughts, given you've seen more than I have?
Oh my Zenkaiser or Dawn Brothers.
Well, the fact that we have Kaito coming into Dawn Brothers as Zenkai Black?
Well, without giving any spoilers, because I'm not sure if this is even going to be the same thing. But I given a feeling that I know what might happen, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not sure how it's going to work as far as like how the series is going to end soon. So I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little behind on where we are right now, so I don't know where we go from here with like where I'm at in like in Zenkaiser to where you know Don Brothers begins. So
Yeah,
I can't comment too heavily on like what I think will happen because at the point I'm at, there's nothing even close to relating to this.
yeah. But like once you get to that certain episode, you're gonna be like, it may be this, but but you're not entirely sure if that is or not.
Yeah, and that makes sense, but I'll get there at some point. I need to
Yeah.
catch up on a lot of Sentai, man.
I don't know. I feel that I'm still watching both Sentai and Kamen Rider. Still watching Dino and trying to watch Decade, but it's really hard to watch Decade.
We'll get
The
to that in a little bit,
we'll
Anthony.
get that's a video coming in the future, guys. Um, but yeah, that's the bit on Kaito returning. Nate, do you want to give the rundown of the characters?
Yeah. So we got the character profiles here. I'm just going to read off of what the information we have. So Taro, he is a young man who arrived on Earth in a peach-shaped capsule as a child. He can't tell a lie, and he's very good with a sword. Um, Shinichi Saru brother, that's blue. He looks like he's going to be the. It's weird. They say that he's called the professor, and he's a little bit more analytical, but he's also really strong and can spot opponents' weaknesses. So that's a pretty weird combination, having the guy both be the smartest and the strongest of the team. I don't think I've ever seen that before, since usually the strongest is the dumbest.
Yeah.
I think what it is that like as the name of the show is called like Avataro Sentai, maybe like whenever they transform, their personalities or maybe their fighting style changes from what they are when they're in human form, as opposed to when they transform into their ranger forms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it says specifically he gains strength and power when he transforms. So he's not. It's like if you took Billy, who's like freaking smart from Mighty Morphin, and you put him in you give him a power that turns into that Ranger, but when he transforms, he gains super strength and power. It'd be similar to that,
Yeah,
and that's not a bad thing. That's actually pretty cool because you might get a somewhat nerd with the strength, and that's a trope you don't see very much, really.
Yeah. Next up, Oni Kito, Haruka, Oni's sister. She's the youngest of the team. She's an aspiring manga artist who tends to trick people when it comes to fighting. Pretty cool. Um, Tsubasa, Inu brother, Black. He's a wanted fugitive at the start of the series. He's hunting down the one that committed the crime he is accused of. Um, that's actually pretty cool. I have a feeling when we start watching this series, he might be my favorite early on because that's pretty
Yeah, I was
cool.
about to say the
a
same
lot of people are
thing.
saying.
Yeah. And then Tsuyoshi, Kiji brother, oldest of the team. He lives a normal life compared to the others. And specializes in aerial combat attacks. Yeah, the character profile for Pink is actually pretty boring. That sucks.
Well, so the interesting part is while he's boring, he and Shinichi have the more interesting powers of the group. Because so any brother just has he turns into a dog man with great speed. That's different. Because Tara's the master swordsman, Oni sister's a agile fighter. We talk about Shinichi having the great strength, but having a dog man with great speed, that's a bit unique for power to get. And then CEO Siyosi, sorry, I'm trying to learn their names now. Um, he turns into a 220 centimeter tall warrior, and that's also really unique. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't find his character boring. And when I was reading this, I was kind of thinking like it's more or less like it's kind of like people can kind of relate to this character in a way if you can really think about it, because there are some dudes out there who are married and have and maybe want to think about how their wives feel about what their goals are and whatnot, and they're kind of selfish like that. So it just depends on the context of how you feel, how you have most people see it.
Yeah. So that's the character profiles. We also got the opening song, which I gotta say, that's a bop, as the kids say nowadays. That's a bop. It's really J-poppy, which is something I'm not used to with Sentai. So that's pretty cool. I'm really excited by that.
Same. I can't stop listening to the song. Really, like it's that good.
It is. It's really good.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
pretty catchy.
and then the trailer's pretty interesting too. Not the trailer, but like I guess it was a trailer, wasn't it?
The thing that really stands out to me is these three villain characters that they have. Like because they have a human form and they have this monster form that almost looks kind of like, I don't want to say a ranger form, but like maybe uh kind of like the equivalent of like a boss, like Bosco's monster form, if you know what I mean.
I think they had some characters like that had that similar form in like some kind of like old like Showa era show, or like I don't know. I'm trying to think of what they're referencing for, but it was something along the lines of that, because the suits, they don't really look monster like, but they look more like warrior slash like I can't think of really I can't really like explain it. It's like hmm.
Well, I'm a sucker for villains that have human forms. I really wish that Sentai did that more often. And I don't know if that's as often now. I mean, the last Sentai that I was watching regularly was before we kind of quit it here on Anime Secrets was Knee Ninja. I don't recall a villain that had a human form in that Sentai. Now, I think Ryu Soldier has one because I'm guessing that whatever Void Knight's counterpart is and Ryu Soldier has a human form, but that's all that I can think of.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, this one fun. And speaking of Void Knight, we'll talk about that in a couple of seconds. But do you guys have any other thoughts you want to give on Dawn Brothers? Like,
No, I mean that's the gist of it from my end anyway. Anthony?
I'm just saying I'm looking forward to it when it comes out. So
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this goes. Not only because the characters are really cool, but also my man Kaito comes back, and I'm really digging Kaito and Zenkaiser. So
I'm gonna have
I'm
to
pretty
watch
excited to see it.
I
Synthesizer
think
soon.
Zoran's supposed to come back too, because he does combine with that motorcycle thing that Damo Motora rides.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start watching Zenkaiger soon so that I can get some of these other references.
You do. It's really good.
And by the way, we're speaking of that, guys. We're probably going to be We're going to try to do Zenkaiger very soon on the show. We want to wrap up Shinkenger, and then we'll probably do like a more recent Sentai just to kind of get with the modern times. So we will be watching we will be watching Zenkaiger together, and we'll probably keep you updated on our thoughts on Donbrothers. But it's going to be interesting to see how this season goes, since Sentai hasn't really done a direct this does look like it's going to be a sequel to Zenkaiger, for better or worse, and I welcome that because Sentai hasn't really. I said this before in a video. Sentai hasn't really done a direct sequel to a previous Sentai. The only exception being Sun Vulcan was kind of a sequel to Dingy Man, because one of the villains from Dingy Man later becomes a main villain in Sun Vulcan, but that's about it. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle it.
I think the same could end up true here. I mean, so as of right now, I haven't seen much information to tell me how much of a direct sequel are we dealing with. Because if we have Kaito, but Kaito is an alternate Earth Kaito, not the one from the Zenkaiger series, then this might be a case of, yeah, it's a sequel in that we have one character who is the exact character from another season, but it's a different alternate universe version of him. So it's not like a direct sequel, like where you lose the command center, and next season you have the power chamber and the Zeo power, stuff like that. It's not that kind of sequel, is what I'm wondering. That's the big question mark I have right now. How much of a sequel will it actually be? And how much is it more that we just have a recurring character with a different history? But I'm hoping there's a lot of overlap to where it is like a direct sequel in some way.
Yeah, definitely. So another piece of news, to kind of move forward a little bit. There's not as much to talk about here, since all we have is just like one trailer, but it's just basic stuff. Dino Fury season 2 is going to be dropping on Netflix, and was it March 2nd?
March 3rd.
Oh, okay. So in exactly 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks from when this video is being recorded. The only big thing that I think there is to talk about with this trailer, and this is something that Anthony was talking about earlier today, is that we were shown a new villain in this Sentai. I mean, no, not Sentai, Power Rangers.
Power Rangers?
It's Madame Noir from Tokuger, like using her suit, and this is like the second Tokuger villain that they've taken, even though they're not adapting Tokuger. Because remember, what was the name of that villain whose suit they kind of used in Ninja Steel? What was his name again?
Can't remember the name. I try to block that out of my head.
The only villain's name I remember was General Schwartz. But Baron Nero, right? Yeah, Baron Nero was used as like one of the. He was used as like a host for whatever the show was on a. I don't know. I haven't watched Ninja Steel in a while because it sucks.
In Ninja Steel, Ninja Steel is not as bad as Ninja, but it's still pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my least favorite Ranger series, next to only Overdrive.
Royale, by the way.
Okay.
And I think it was either Galaxy Warriors or like it was something like on that lines of what the name of the show was.
I'm pretty excited about seeing how this season is going to go. it's going to be interesting. As someone who has not seen Ryu Soldier, I don't really know how it's going to end, but I can definitely tell that Dino Fury doesn't really follow Ryu Soldier that faithfully. So, what do you guys think, just based on what you saw in the trailer?
There isn't a lot to go off of, honestly. At least nothing that's like, huge.
Right.
So I mean, we see the suits, which we've already seen. So I mean, it's really kind of bland.
Well, we've given our thoughts overall on Dino Fury. Uh,
Oh, Dino Fury is fantastic. I love Dino Fury.
I just hope that season 2 continues to be good because I don't know. The last time that we had a Dino themed Power Ranger season that had a great first season, the second season ended up disappointing us. Looking at you, Dino Charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dino Charge, why did it suck in the second? Why did it go to time travel? That's what killed it.
I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait actually.
Yeah, that's another review we're going to do as soon as we can.
Was there any other news that you guys wanted to talk about?
No, those are it.
So I think that Hurricaneer had just announced they have its 20th anniversary. So it's been 20 years since literally the second ninja themed Sentai series has aired.
Wow,
That's
Ninja Storm came out almost 20 years ago. I'm becoming an old man.
I know. Who you telling? I'm almost 30.
Man, I'm almost 35. I don't want to hear from either one of y'all.
Listen. It's
I
not
don't
about
listen to you. But that's all I have for the news, mate. If there's anything else, we can go over that next. But yeah.
All right. Well, like I said at the beginning of this video, guys, we'll be doing another. We'll be doing this. We'll try to make this a weekly thing, but I don't know if we can guarantee that, since you never know when, like, 1 week might be really packed with news, and then another week might be
Really boring.
So we'll just make this like a series whenever some big news drops. So with that being said, we hope you enjoyed this, and we'll be next time we talk to you, we'll be coming at you with one of our regular review series. So be sure to check us out on our social media pages: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Check us out at animesecrets.org.